This section examines idle speed control devices. The solenoid-type air control valve acts on signals from the control unit to bypass a measured airflow around the throttle plate. The position of the valve depends on how much current the control unit applies to the solenoid. Maximum current flow opens the valve fully to give maximum airflow. This is generally the assumed position for starting. Thereafter, the taper valve is positioned by pulsing the solenoid winding circuit at a predetermined frequency. The amount of valve opening, and therefore the amount of airflow, depends on the on time of the pulse. A long on pulse with a short off pulse will produce a high average voltage, and therefore a large opening of the valve. A short on pulse with a long off pulse will produce a low average voltage and a small valve opening. This on and off time is called the duty cycle, and it's generally expressed as a percentage. Variations in pulse width at the set frequency is called pulse width modulation. The stepper motor type of idle control positions its tapered pintle using a screw and nut assembly. The nut is part of a centrally located permanent magnet armature. It engages with the screw on the pintle. Rotating the armature extends or retracts the pintle, which closes or opens the air passage. Rotation occurs by switching current flow in two coils. The pintle turns in forward or reverse steps, numbered from 0 with the bypass air passage fully closed, up to 255 for maximum airflow. Such a large number of steps allows the pintle position to be finely controlled. When the idle speed is controlled by the position of the throttle plate, a DC motor may be used as a variable throttle stop. The controlling circuit can let current flow through the motor in either direction to extend or retract the linear actuator. Solenoid valves can also be used to bypass a predetermined amount of air around the throttle plate. These may come into operation for specific load compensation. For instance, when the air conditioning compressor is engaged. They open up a passageway of fixed dimension and do not vary the opening.